Trials and Error Podcast. Wadau, hey, hamjamboni man. Yeah, it's been it's been a minute. It's been it's been long since you people had or see this this picture. Yeah, hizi sura. Of course bado naitwa Papa Benaya and we are part of Trials and Error Podcast. Yeah, ni mwaka mpya. I wish you people are enjoying this new year. I know a lot has it's yet to happen. A lot is anticipated to happen. But above all, we are here, and we just want to share a recap on what transpired in 2025. So you'll bear with me. Sauti yangu kidogo iko na homa, but we'll move on regardless. So 2025 as a year really stood out for me for a lot of things because that's the year we started this. And first I want to thank everyone who has subscribed, who has gone and seen and viewed the videos that we uploaded on YouTube. And it's really encouraging, yeah. So kama unajua uliview na uja subscribe hapo chini yeah, you are doing yourself a lot of disservice, so you can go and subscribe. So we started this off last year, I think middle there, and it was really nice. See, people supported us, and so we start this year. We look forward for your support. Bana tusongeshe hii mambo mbele. So just to share a little thing that happened last year, we as a team, yeah, we traversed this nation. We traveled to, I think, many parts of this country just for missions. Place ingine tulienda just to tembea, yeah. And above all, party mission ilikuanga so amazing. We did a lot of Lord's work, yeah. And one thing with like we people, when we do such kind of things, we sometimes feel like we want an instant impact, yeah. But mambo ya Mungu inakuanga gradual. Sometimes it may take time before you can see the results. But one thing we are so certain is that it will just happen, yeah. And yeah, and also on a lower side hii mwaka ndio ile kitu ilifanyika. Yeah, I have a lot of things that I will just share some days personal I don't know, story or testimony sababu nilifanywa mbaya. Yeah, fanywa mbaya. I thought I was literally I thought that I was losing myself. And one thing that kept me going is the fact that if you understand who you are and your purpose, yeah, because we are living in the world where we embrace purpose-driven excellence, yeah. So we need to move on despite many things, backlash, setbacks. Sometimes things don't work like in our favor. Nilijifanya nikaingia kwa nikaingia kwa mahusiano, yeah, and the end was so detrimental. Yeah? So I actually thought like everything was coming to an end, literally, yeah. But yeah, I collected myself together by the help of friends. They have a very strong support system, yeah. Kuna watu wako nyuma ya behind the curtains who, yeah, we move on. And also I want to share something here. Dealing with this kind of heartbreak or relationship stuff, it normally, sometimes it won't leave you well. it sometimes won't go easy with you. So if your relationship with Christ is not that strong, if you're not laying the foundation of Christ in your life, then you think that everything is just you just lost everything. Yeah. So things may just go south. So you think that all is lost, but Christ all the way. Yeah. And we are right here because Christ, the relationship I had with Christ really helped to navigate through that difficult path. Yeah. And I'm okay right now. So we are back, and above that, there are a lot of progress that we made as a team. Yeah, there are a lot of progress. People are growing. People are wase wenye wakuanga na shughuli ya kufanya, they are having that work ya kufanya. Academic wise we are still moving. Bado tunaendelea na mambo ya masomo. God has been faithful, and yeah, I think as far as I'm concerned, that is it. So, wana trials and error, it's with utmost delight and profound honor that I was requested by my videographer. I don't know if this is personal or he just wanted me, he had just requested me to talk about relationship. And this talk is coming from a man who is also a victim of such casualties. Yeah? And why not? So I want to talk about it from a neutral ground standpoint. Yeah, relationships, and I know a particular relationship that he wants me to talk about is about that a boy and a girl, a man or a woman, boyfriends and girlfriend. Yeah, and interesting story. So I like talking to a lot of people, and I like going through certain stories in Instagram and statuses on WhatsApp. I have a lot of friends who are still high schoolers, yeah, and what they wananiambia what they actually constantly telling me is how maybe quote unquote bad they're being treated by their significant others, their boyfriends. They're not giving them attention. They are, they're not feeling that spark. They are they're not spending quality time with them, and so on and so forth. And I was just left there flabbergasted, shocked. Because damn, you mean a Form 3 girl? Sorry. What's attention? Yeah. And then there is kuna Gulamu amemaliza shule ama ako campus ama anafanya kazi kama videographer wangu hapa and they're not in any relationship. My relationship imewashinda. And these kids in high school, they're actually posing a lot of challenge and competition. These mature people, they call themselves mature people. And sometimes we just look at it and say, okay, you know what, it's just a stage. Let them go through it. Love watawachana tunayo. But the sad part of it is that that thing that they're complaining about their significant other really affects how they perform academically. Because most of them, they are they actually engage in relationship with people who are matured enough or completed school. So, most of them, they have been hit by life reality. There's some things that just, they don't even hawajali. Yeah. But now because you have allotment of time to start thinking about such kind of things, you worry and you find yourself in the most bad predicament, and so it affects you. It affects your studies. So let me share. I have a story here. I think when I was in two, form three there, I studied in a certain school in Western. So I had like around three girlfriends in that school. Same school, mark you. Yeah. So two of them we were in the same level from two but different streams. So I was in North Stream, and then one was in East, the other one was in Central. Yeah. So uh, how I managed them, it's a story for another day. So I was so mad. I was madly in love, quotes and quotes, because I will come to discuss about that later. In love, that I even lost myself. Nilijisahau. So I started performing. My performance was really deteriorated. So I started having negative deviation almost in all the subjects. The subject that I was really good at in that school, I started failing terribly. Yeah. So I remember a certain term in Form 2, I became position 167 out of 198. And stream position, the stream that I used to lead, number one or number two, kama ni mbaya, it became number 17. So there were 16 other students wenye walinishinda. You see, right? Yeah. So this is what happened. There was a time when nilienda shule na slippers. It was a day school. Akala. Nadhani miguu zangu zilikuwa zimeumia kidole, so I couldn't manage to wear closed shoes. So wakati nilienda na akala director of studies, nilikuwa DOS. I really want to thank that mwalimu. I really want to anaitwa Mr. Basilia Embeptas. Basilia called me. Akaniita akanipeleka kwa staff room. So kwa staff room there were around 3 teachers. It was early in the morning, so they were taking their tea. And then they started, castigating me na kuni rebuke hapo. So I was trying to explain to them my leg is hurting. That's why I put on these sandals, Then they were like, see you buy sandals like kawaida, unavaa kala. So the senior teacher proceeded, when I had asked me to go and call my parent, my mother, like I was really. So I'm saying, you know what? I haven't done anything wrong. It's just this. Let me just rush home. Then I was riding a bicycle to school. Then I took my bicycle, I rushed home. I told my mother, then my mother asked me to nitangulia na nifuata nyuma na motorbike. Then she came. Then when my mother came, we proceeded to the deputy principal's office. Now I was like, yo, this issue ya sandals, mbona inaweza kuwa serious? Then we went to the deputy principal's office, and lo and behold, the whole subject turned. And then it was not the sandals that we were talking about. It was the results. Hey. That was the first time that I faced disciplinary committee. That comprises of the deputy principal, my class teacher, head of HOD guiding and counseling, and the director of studies. Now I was receiving my doses from all sides. Yeah? So they were discussing my results. Now comparing it with the marks I scored in primary. Because the marks I scored in primary, I think the school I was called right now is a national school. So the grades that I was supposed to get should actually correspond with that marks. And so they were finding a lot of, incoherence with that. Haya, then ikaanza kulimwa reality sasa. And Makiu, before then, there were rumors that my story had reached the guiding and counseling department about engaging in boy-girl relationship, and that was a grave mistake that you could ever get yourself in that school. They were so intolerant to people who engage in such kind of shenanigans. So I heard rumors that my name was there, and how I wasn't called to be someone, it was just another miracle. But that time I was no lucky then. So they started discussing, hey, why are your results this way? Why are you performing this way? And then, mamangu naye, hey, madede, that woman amenisaidia sana, but sometimes I go on the extreme. Hey, then she started asking the teacher, Benaya, uko na girlfriend issue? So I thought, actually in my mind, I knew very well the guardian and counseling teacher knew. So I thought that atanipeana, because angenipeana, my mother could have slapped and, boxed me in that office, because I think she did that sometimes in primary while I was in class 7. Nilikula pesa ya remedials. So walimu wakacheza chini. Yeah. So wakanisomea. So issue yenye walinituma kuita mzazi, they discussed it at the later stage of that meeting. So I was like, so this was a setup, or on the other side, it was also a U-turn. It also helped me. So my mother gave me a stern warning after that meeting. Akaniambia, usiwahi ukiona siku nyingine kwa grading yako you have anything less than B plain, don't even find yourself in my home. Tafuta tu mahali utaenda. So I went and sat down kwa hiyo shule, then I start reflecting. Nikasema, I know kitu ilikuwa inaniuma is that my mother constantly reminded me, you know how your father is struggling to just pay your school fees. Your father is really, we are trying, we are doing such kind of, what have you. So hizo ni realities zilini hit, man, and then mimi niko huko nasumbuana na madem. Yeah, I left all of them. I never kuwawacha, but I started being now reasonable. I started being now mature enough. Now I started majoring on the major and minoring on the minor. Yeah. And then I was elected the prefect in charge of clubs and society. Yeah. And I think that's one of the achievements and the legacy I left in that school. I did a lot of things. I think I reciprocated the energy that those teachers, gave to ensure that they see the best out of me. Yeah. So I went down. I started learning, reading. Bro, there was a point nilikuwa namgonga mpaka saa 9 day school, saa 9 nasoma. Nalala saa 4 na mpaka saa 9 reading. The school ingine huko hivyo kijijini. See? And I managed, nilipata niko university. So after that, the next exam came. I think it was exam. So after, imagine from position 167 overall, I managed to be number 10. Actually, the top 10 wanaitwanga student, so I was called among the top 10. And then I became position 2 in my stream. Because actually I was not stupid. Like, it was just I was playing too much. Alafu nilikuwa nimeanza kujifanya sasa ati ni mapenzi, but it was not like that. It was not love. Yeah. So I started prioritizing things that matter and unprioritize things that do not matter at that time. Yeah. Nikafika from 4. Unakumbuka wale mademu wawili ninawaambia nilikuwa na wao form 2. Bado tu wako, si ati tumeachana. Ni vile sasa I don't spend a lot of time with them because we are all form 4s. Tumefika form 4, so kila mtu anang'ang'ana kuokoa grade, yeah. So and one of these girls was very bright. Yeye alikuwa anakuanga number 1, number 2, number 1, number 2, number 3. Nilimwahi mshinda tu mara moja in that school. She was so like naweza mshinda hizi ma chemistry nini, lakini anakuja kwa business studies, business studies, hesabu na physics ananigonga vibaya. Lakini sawa. So walikuanga tu wako tu hapo hivyo. Alafu mwingine wa for East alikuanga hapo katikati. Hakuanga top 10, hakuanga huko nyuma, alikuanga hapo hivyo katikati. Yeah. She was also bright. I think hata sahi yako. I think sahi na bado naongea na mmoja wao, but we are just friends right now. So kukakuwa na form 1 mmoja akakuja. Form 1. Yeah. I think na amefanya form 4 juzi. Last year. By the time she was coming in that school, I was form 4. Nikiwa form 1. And then she was this famous in that school, and everyone was talking about how beautiful she is, how pretty she is, like she was the most beautiful girl in that school. Yeah. And so mimi sasa napendanga hawa watu. Unaona watu wanatingiza shule, and I was the most famous person in that school. So I had rumors that our head boy, but at that time president wa shule alikuwa anamtaka. Head boy alikuwa anamtaka, deputy president alikuwa anamtaka, and some other people. Sasa hiyo ndio sasa tunatakanga. You know, kwa ukiwa kijana unatakanga competition. Alafu uone nani ana win. You know, losing is it has never been my cup of tea. So I took that challenge, and then nikaanza kumtafuta. So this is what I did. You remember I was a prefect of Clapton Society. So I started, you know, doing my own research, finding out what she loves and what have you. So nikaona ameingia journalism. So journalism is under clubs. So I was in charge. So nilikuanga bado the boss. Yeah, I ran those shows. So if I decide they're going to have a meeting, they will have. If I decide they are not having it, they are not having it in any way. So nikajua sasa. And then I started nikajua she's this vocal and anapenda kuongea. So I started giving her favor. Namweka kuwe speaker kwa debate. Ana run debate. Mimi nina mobilize wase wanaenda debate because it was ikiwa tikifika Tuesday debate na mjadala they were mandatory. Lazima uende. Either you are from 4 from 3 you must go for the debate. So akaanza kuwa this powerful nini. So ikafanya wakati like we are also going outside for games, nilikuwa nacheza sometimes kidogo table tennis. So kwa sababu ni journalist, alikuwa ana make sure ameingia. Journalist lazima aende juu collect reports na habari ya kupea shule. So alikuwa anaenda, so tulikuwa tunatoka na yeye. So so I started shifting attention from these 2 form 4s to form 1. Yeah. And that really affected, I think that thing really affected that girl at some point. Also ilianza kuwa na effect kwangu, but then I was not after alinikubalia nikaona sasa amenikubalia sasa hizi vitu mingi siniachane tunayo. So I started kuacha kumpea attention after amekubali. You see? So do you want to tell me that was love? That was not love. That was lust. That was not love. That was selfish sexual desires. That was never love. Never. So, major to the majors, minor to the minors. Because at the end of the day, that's your life. So, you will either ruin it or improve it by doing the right things. Yeah. So mimi kama hiyo meeting haingefanywa, ami hata sasa hata ningekuwa msee mwingine very useless negro. So that really helped. Nikatoka, and before then there's a time tulikuja tukakosana na hapa akiwa tu form 1 bado. I know I was a very bright student in that school. So makaratasi za form 1 zingine tulikuwa tuna mark, especially business studies. So there was time I was marking her paper. Guy. So back to the story about the podcast. So I've shared my story about what transpired and what I went through and how the way things turned up were not favoring me, and how I managed to overcome such kind of atrocities. Yeah. First of all, relationship with God. So if your relationship with God is intact, and that matter strong, then you know that that's all that you need, not you want. Because there's a difference between a need and a want. A need is a necessity. A want is what makes you more comfortable. Yeah. So that's all that you need, certain level of your life. And yeah, I really embraced that thing. And you know, when I was going through that thing, my friend, you know how my friend comforted me. They comforted me in a certain way that it feels like they are reprimanding me, or you know, wananiingilia, wananiokota, you know, such kind of things, but with love. You know, I know they love me, and I love them too, and all they want is just the best for all of us, you know, as a team. They can't just sit there and let you go down like that because of some frivolous things. So they really helped, and that's the reason why people need to embrace, you know, healthy friendship. Friendship's not all about like they're telling you things that you want to hear. No, they tell you things that you need to hear. Sometimes they may be so hard, sometimes they may be so unfavorable, but they are necessary sometimes, because life is not all about happiness or having good times or engaging in good conversation all the time. But there are times that when you have to be bold enough and strong enough to engage in difficult conversation. Yeah, difficult conversation.